All right, Madhouse. Got 2 minutes left until we resume the roller derby action on the track for the Southside Revolution. Wasatch ASalt. This game has been incredibly physical. Display strategy and talent and athleticism. I'm pretty sure I saw an apex jump that was taller than I am. So definitely riveting roller derby action. As we resume the game here, I want to give a shout out to all of our officials, both on and off skates, helping make this game happen and all the games this weekend. Thank you very much for your volunteering, your time, and your immense amount of knowledge to make sure that these games run smoothly and are safe. All right, I spy Green Tea and the Flaming Diva on the line. And it's Flaming Diva running up the inside line for lead jammer status. I feel like that happens regularly. Flaming Diva likes that inside line. A really nice move by Wasatch Pivot. Sliding Diva out of bounds on the outside. Attempted apex jump there, thwarted by Wasatch blockers. Green Tea struggling in the back against a Southside 4-wall. 4 defensive blockers is my jammer nightmare, so all credit to you, Green Tea. That is hard work. Oh, a little dip to the inside, cut to the outside, and Diva's through. Looks like 8 points on the board for Diva and none going up for Green Tea, despite a valiant effort out there against that Southside 4-wall. We've got Roletta on the line for Wasatch up against Bacon Little Hearts. Attempt at the inside line by Roletta, thwarted by this 3-wall in the back of Southside blockers. And it's Bacon sneaking out front. for lead jammer status. Really nice lateral motion by Roletta. Little toe stop run on the outside line. And Green Tea calls that, or sorry, Bacon calls that jam. 5 points to Southside Revolution. Nice work by Wasatch putting pressure on to get that jam called off. Gretchen Sketch lining up against Brat-tastic. Brat-tastic absolutely barreling through the Wasatch wall, getting knocked to the floor, but right back up and through for lead jammer. Strong hit by 138 of Wasatch. Gets a little bit of a run back, slowing Brat-tastic down, but they are through for 4 points. Gretchen Sketch putting in work in the back, trying to find their way through. And I do spy a star pass to Joe Don't Do It. That star pass did get Wasatch out, finishing the initial, putting some pressure on Brat-tastic, calling up after 12 points. We've got Green Tea up against the Flaming Diva. Green Tea started with a little bit of space, looking for some momentum to help carry them through the pack. Flaming Diva with 4 points on the board. Southside looking for a call off to prevent Wasatch from scoring, but Wasatch picks up 2 points. So that ended up being a 6-2 jam. Nice work by both teams. We've got Bacon Little Hearts on the line up against Roletta. Little pile up on the outside there, but Bacon is back on their feet and through. Not lead jammer. You might have noticed the jam ref signaling with a finger kind of circling back and forth around the other. That was a no pass, but no penalty awarded there. So that's what prevented Bacon from getting lead jammer. And Roletta has reported to the penalty box. So Bacon's on a power jam. Southside, really good timing with that offensive maneuver. Wasatch working on defending against this power jam, and they do manage to get a run, hit out and run back there, slowing Bacon down. Really solid defense by Southside Revolution. containing Roletta here. Unfortunately, it looks like Roletta's being sent to the penalty box for a cut. Stepped one toe out of bounds while trying to step around those blockers on the outside line. This jam has reached its 2-minute conclusion. And we've got 24 points on the board by Southside Revolution's Bacon Little Hearts. Roletta's still trapped in the penalty box. So this next jam is going to start as a power jam in favor of Southside Revolution. We've got Brat-tastic on the line, and they appear ready to go. Nice offensive maneuver from Southside. Buys a little space on the inside line. But Wasatch did a nice job trying to defend that space and slow Brat-tastic down. Got the pack moving there just in time for Brat-tastic to slide through for points. Roletta came flying through and ended up on their belly on the track, but they're back up and pushing through. So we'll see how that goes. Brat-tastic is coming around for a third scoring pass and just slices right through that wall with a little spin move. Helen Wheels, number 9, from Southside, is positioning themselves just right to help Brat-tastic break up that wall. Oh no, we have Roletta reporting back to the penalty box. And we also have a Wasatch blocker reporting to the box with them. So Wasatch down to 3 blockers in a power jam scenario. Really difficult position to be in to defend against the scenario. Down blockers and in your jammer in the box. Brat-tastic is just doing laps out there. 32 points on the board for that jam. We've got a timeout being called by Wasatch. Both teams are out on the track. So looks like we'll have the Flaming Diva lined up against Scratch-a-Sketch for our jammers this next jam. While we've got a moment, I want to remind those of you who are local to Salem, if you want to learn to skate and join this exciting sport, our next night is Monday, May 5th. Everyone who is that night, recruitment is open on a rolling basis for our juniors program. You can check out our website for more information or find one of our lovely volunteer staff here. Probably find that. And no changes made to the lineup. So it's Scratch-a-Sketch out with lead jammer status for Wasatch. And the Flaming Diva on the track for Southside Revolution. attempted apex jump there by the Flaming Diva, thwarted by Southside blocker, or sorry, yeah, by Wasatch blockers. And looks like Diva making it out of the pack with points. Prompts Wasatch to call that jam. 4-4 jam. All right, we've got number 813 Mullet on the line for Wasatch. I believe this is their first time taking the star. We've also got Omargeddon from Southside jamming for the first time. And just darting up the inside and slicing to the out laterally gets Omargeddon lead jammer status for Southside. Really strong pushing from Mullet and back is not quite enough to get them through the Southside wall. Oh, and Omar coming through backwards, spinning around the outside line, racking up some points for Southside. A really, really beautiful apex jump there. A little struggle on the landing, but they carried it off. I do spy a star pass to green tea for Wasatch. That star pass got them out, finishing up their initial, and did force a call off there. So Omar putting up 16 points for Southside Revolution. Very nice work. We are approaching the 300 mark for Southside Revolution. 295 Southside, 32 Wasatch. We've got a official review being called by Wasatch. And I do not have speculation on what they might be calling it on. Maybe they're looking for a cut penalty on the jammer. That's usually what we see is a team looking to put a jammer in the penalty box or to get a jammer out of a penalty box. Apparently, this official review is opportunity for some feats of strength and flexibility for the Southside blockers out here. I did spy an impressive happening. Looks like the official review is not going to be retained by Wasatch, but let's hear what it was about. All right. Wasatch was looking for a high block call to put Omargeddon in the penalty box as jammer for the last jam. The blocker actually initiated that contact, so the no call stands, and the official review is not retained. I believe we have another official review being called, this time by Southside. So back-to-back official reviews. Everyone. We've got some moonwalking on skates happening over here. Brat-tastic and I can't quite tell. Is that Loach? Showing off their fancy footwork for us. Thank you, skaters, for keeping us entertained during the official review. This second official review is not retained by Southside. All right. Southside was looking to put the white jammer in the penalty box for an illegal star pass, saying that they were out of bounds when they passed the star, and the officials did not observe that. So the no call stands there as well. The official review is not retained. All right. Loach and Brat-tastic on the line here. Brat-tastic is reporting to the penalty box for a forearm penalty. And Wasatch looking to find an advantage for this power jam situation. All right, Loach with lead jammer, and Southside losing a blocker to the box for a multiplayer. Really nice work. Loach just sliding through on the inside thanks to some help from their blocker friends. But that action does send the pivot to the penalty box. I did not catch what it was. Really nice work by both Loach and Brat-tastic, sliding on through. Loach is going to call it and say no to Brat-tastic scoring some points. So 8 points to Wasatch. Very nice work by Loach and the blocking crew there. No points going to Southside Revolution, that jam. We've got some star cap shenanigans happening over on the Wasatch bench. But I do see Gretcha Sketch lined up against the Flaming Diva, starting up the inside line, as is her wont to do. Flaming Diva secures lead jammer status. Little jammer on jammer action out front. Flaming Diva took a dart laterally to the outside and did not stay in bounds. Drawn back for a little redo on that pass. Gretcha Sketch taken out on turn 3. A little drawback there. Nice attempt by 7-7 to stop Diva, but it's not quite enough. Diva sliding through for points. Gretcha Sketch is working really hard trying to find their way through. They do decide to pass the star to Lady J. And looks like they earned 3 points before they passed that star. So 3 points on the board for Wasatch. 16 points going up for Southside Revolution. Bacon Little Hearts is lining up against Roletta. We've seen this matchup time and time again this game. Both jammers making lateral moves, trying to find space, but it's Bacon finding an opening on the outside line for lead jammer. Southside 3-wall just rotating around and around and around to contain Roletta. They aren't taking her bait when she tries to move laterally and juke them. But a little star stash to make them think about the pivot, and Roletta has completed an an initial pass, forcing a call off there. We've got 3 points going up for that pass for a total of 11 to Southside Revolution. A little bit more moonwalking out here by Loach and Brat-tastic. They appear ready for more roller derby action. Both jammers blasting off with a lot of power, but Loach taking a little fall to the outside. Number 138 of Wasatch with a nice run back. Oh, and a massive hit, knocking Brat-tastic to the ground. Loach does secure lead jammer status for her team. Brat-tastic is completed an initial pass as well. So both jammers in position to score. We've got an official timeout. Looks like our skating officials are discussing something and need a little bit extra time to resolve it before we can resume roller derby. Alrighty, it looks like we have Brat-tastic serving a penalty. So Green Tea is the only jammer on the track at the moment. Looking for lead jammer status, trying to take advantage of this power jam. Formidable 3-wall of Southside blockers up front. Slowing Green Tea down. 1 to beat and lead jammer going to Green Tea.
Power jam. Being joined on the track by Brat-tastic.
Oh, really nice move by Wasatch Pivot number 9-5. Just snagging Brat-tastic to hit them out of bounds and prevent them from clearing their initial pass. All 4 Wasatch blockers working on Brat-tastic. 7-7 just barely knocks Brat-tastic out of bounds.
Green Tea to the penalty box. We no longer have a lead jammer. Jam will go for the full 3 minutes. 2 minutes.
I didn't catch what the penalty was on Green Tea. Looks like we have a back block being awarded to Southside Blocker. And Green Tea coming out of the box and snagging 4 points like it was nothing. Bradtastic having a little bit of a harder time sliding through the pack, but they do manage it. That was a straightaway jump on the inside line by Green Tea. Really nice work. Well, looks like we've got 12 points on the board for Southside Revolution, 8 points on the board by Wasatch. A really nice work by both teams at jam.
So green tea sounds like a double entendre. Do you think it means matcha or green shirt? What do you think? Feels unreal.
I think it makes me want a sip of my tea. The Flaming Diva, snag and lead jammer right off the start.
Loach on her heels. Oh, damn.
Flaming Diva's not interested in letting Loach snag points, so call that one off real quick. Nice 4 points on the board, and we'll start again. We've got Bacon Little Hearts on the line for Southside Revolution up against Roletta. And Bacon slicing their way through the pack, grabbing lead jammer status. Oh, it was a really slick move by Roletta, jumping around and trying to land backwards, but didn't quite stick it.
Roletta recycled back again by number 50.
A little hop by Bacon. Puts up another 4 points for Southside. I'm really impressed by Roletta's line work. Her awareness of where her feet are is impeccable as she is trying to tiptoe her way along the line and get through. Those Southside blockers are just incredible at waterfalling and recycling to get back in front of her as she slides through. Oh, Bacon sliding through, untouched that pass. We do have a star pass by the Wasatch team to Gretchen Sketch. Bacon is just out here doing laps, looking for a nice bean dip on the outside, but is thwarted by number 26 of Wasatch. After a little back and forth, they do manage to slide through and keep putting up points. And that puts Bacon at 32 points. And I'm so impressed. With 6 seconds left, Bacon finished a lap and managed to snag another 4 points. 36-point jam.
That's an amazing jam. And if there was an award for most delicious sounding derby name, I think Bacon Little Hearts would.
We've got Brattastic on the line up against Mullet. And I think there was a competition between Brattastic and Bacon for who's going to get the highest scoring jam. Brattastic is headed to the penalty box for a head block.
Mullet in lead jam position.
A head block is when you initiate contact with your head. Unfortunately, that's dangerous, so that's going to send a jammer to the box. Mullet is calling the jam off, trapping Brattastic in the box after scoring 3 points. Oh no! Got a skater down. Our medics are going to go check out what's going on there and give appropriate aid. Good to see that skater back on their. Looks like we are resuming roller derby here in just a moment. Wasatch is fielding green tea to try and take advantage of this power jam scenario. Beautiful offensive move by Wasatch. Gets green tea almost out, and then big hit from Southside. Knocks them out of bounds, but the blocker that hit them went out of bounds too. So, or went down. So they were able to continue on. No lead status, but scoring points. Brat-tastic blasting out of the box and snagging lead jammer status. Oh, a really nice pop on the inside line. Secures 4 points for a 4-4 jam. Lead out of the penalty box is a relatively rare occurrence. Nice work by Southside Jammer. Official timeout being called here. So it's a official Wasatch dance party timeout.
It's an official timeout and an official dance party.
I didn't know that the Macarena dance had been repurposed. Makes me feel old. It looks like there was a point correction that needed to be made. All right, now that our officials have taken care of that, play will resume. Well, we've got Crimson Slayer lining up against the Flaming Diva. It's been a minute since we've seen Crimson Slayer wear the star, but they've been absolutely putting in the work out there as a blocker for their team.
Crimson Slayer hip checked right out of the track and back on.
Really solid work by Diva, pushing their way through and waiting for the right opportunity to just hop over one of the Wasatch blockers to get lead jammer status. going in with all offense to try to secure points for their jammer. Flaming Divas jumping through for another 4 points. Puts them at 16 points for that jam. And I see Crimson Slayer did secure 3 points for Wasatch. We've got Blue Raha up against Loach. Really strong driving jammer moves by Blue Raha out there for lead jammer. They managed to split up those blockers really quickly. Oh, and a one-footed transition on the outside line on that scoring pass. Southside does lose a pivot to the penalty box, and it looks like Wasatch is also losing a blocker to the box. Oh, but a back block is being awarded to the Southside jammer, giving Loach an opportunity. Loach forced out of bounds. Got to run back there, looking for space. Well, looks like a forearm being awarded on that action that hit Loach out of bounds. But the south side wall is not interested in letting Loach out of the pack. And a multiplayer block going to number 30 of Wasatch. That frees up Blue Raja. But he's recycled at the front of the pack. All right, and that is the end of the period. 12 points going up in that last jam for Southside Revolution. 4 points for Wasatch.
You know this boogie is for real.
Final score looks like 410 points. Southside Revolution up against Wasatch's 67 points. Do not let that 67 points fool you. That was one hard-fought game. Both of these teams, really incredible athletes on both teams. Some amazing roller derby strategy. Great work by these teams, and a big congratulations to Southside Revolution for taking the win. All right, if you are here to watch roller derby, don't go far. In 27 short minutes, we will have the next game ready for you. We've got the all right, next up we have our very own Cherry Blossoms Brawl Stars going up against the Los Anarchists Roller Derby. You don't want to miss this derby action. So go refill your cup, get some snacks, buy some merch, and then get back in your seat for yet even more roller derby action. And thank you to everyone who's here volunteering, officiating, and otherwise helping make this wonderful tournament happen. We could not do it without all of you. Thank you.